graciously say welcome to all of you. We've seen that 2025 is supporting this one because they are next. So we are taking all the notes. President is waiting for who will bring Davido. So maybe it will be your turn. But to kick off our moderator for this evening, let me say something very brief about Eugenia Ejewa-Boedi. She's the founder and CEO of Kids at Home Educational Center, Gigal Consult and Training Institute. Eugenia is a dynamic force in STEM education and transformational leadership, and is a certified coach, speaker, and trainer with a passion for transforming lives and communities. With a background as a petroleum engineer, having worked on several oil rigs from across Europe and Africa, she brings a wealth of experience and knowledge, with a unique perspective on problem solving and global collaboration to every role she takes on. Eugenia, the rest you continue, but she's our moderator for this evening. A huge round of applause. We hand over to 2024. And she's the president for the cohorts.
Thank you so much. You see that I was walking here slowly because I've forgotten all that I'm supposed to say today. So forgive me if I keep looking up for ideas. Now you support me, Abby. Thank you so much for coming, honoring our invitation. And thank you to Mr. President and his executives for giving us the privilege to host this. It hasn't been easy, but it's been an experience, and it has brought us together. And for that, we are grateful. So thank you. Well, it all began in this room. About 35 ladies walked here, entrepreneurs and leaders in their own industries, who came with their own challenges and success stories. Came here, one thing that I saw that ran through all of us was a desire for growth and expansion. And so this topic didn't just come from the air. It's something that is dear to us. All of us have experienced, one way or the other, scaling businesses. And we even desire to do more. And we realize that scaling business is not just physical. It can be psychological, it can be technological, it can be so many things. And that is what we are here to talk to you about. We are not experts, but we have stories, we have experiences, and we know that we can learn from each other. So it's going to be a conversation, and we invite you to join us. Do we agree? Fantastic. Now, to do this, we had to seek for someone also who has lived the story, someone who has also been able to expand their business and is still expanding, someone who has gone both physical, gone across the border, someone psychological, has had to cross the border of family and mindset and even inner fears. We had to find someone who has lived it and someone who inspires us. So we looked out and we looked within. And we found one person who really inspires us, that when I mention the name, I know that with no doubt, you will know that she fits to be a chair for this event. She's someone who is bold, very simple. She's someone who has schooled in Saltpond, Milan, London. So you can see that, yes, she has crossed before she crossed, yes. And she speaks her mind, which I love about her. President said, you have to pay $3,000. Me, I had $10,000. So, yes, so the level is there. But today, she's agreed to chair for us. So with a round of applause, help me honor the woman who has dressed personalities, celebrities, including the former Second Lady of Ghana, Sumaya Jethro. Sumaya, say something for us.
Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to sit in the chair, yes. Yeah, okay, thank you. Let me feel comfortable to speak. Thank you so much for this opportunity. In fact, this is actually my first time. I'm always behind the scenes. I'm actually out of my comfort zone. And I'm so glad that my friends in class decided to actually pick me. I wouldn't have picked myself, but you picked me. I'm really, really honored to be here today, and I'm praying that everything ends beautifully, and we all live here with wonderful things in our minds, even though with our soul. I'm so glad once again. Thank you. Oh, please, and I accept to be the chairperson today.
Thank you so much. So, Madam Chair, your people, your chair. Please, a round of applause. The topic for today, the theme for today, as you realize, is business beyond borders, expanding our horizons. And one agency, or let me say two agencies that are helping people to do this is the After Policy Network and the Women of Africa Network, here with us as well, gracing the occasion. Can we have a wave with... So they are here to support us. If at the end of the conversation you are led to go beyond the borders of Ghana, they are here to give you advice. They even give grants sometimes. Yes, please, my grant is with you, so I'm coming for it. Yes. Yes. And before we start, are we ready? Oh, the energy no day. Are you ready? Aha. I know food will come, but right now we just want energy. So we are going to do something called the 1, 2, 3 check-in. Can I have my slide? Fantastic. Oh, it has expanded. Okay, no worries. So in your brochures, you find that there are some color bands in there, right? How many do you find? Fantastic. You've passed the exam. Clap for yourselves. Oh, clap for yourself. Oh, so that is one. Number 2, I want you to take it and then tie it on your hand. So you find a partner to help you tie it, right? So that's the 2. Find a partner. We want to understand the topic in a unique way. Are we all done? Fantastic. Now, number 3. Say 3. So we are going to be in groups of 3. If you are wearing yellow band, I want you to find someone who has green and someone who has blue. Under 30 seconds. If you are wearing green, find someone who has blue, who has yellow. Speakers inclusive. Please choose wisely, because that person can give you a passport you do not know, a visa you don't know. Hey, how come all of you? Hey, that's one there. Okay, please, are you listening? In your groups of 3, 1, I want you to introduce yourself. Yeah, you should be 3, but different colors, so that you don't meet your friend. 1, shh, please, just a minute. I want you to introduce yourself, your name and your industry. And then 2, I want you to tell us, or tell your group, if something should happen to Ghana and you have to relocate and start business afresh, which country ideally would you want to start? And then the 3rd part, your team members should tell you how they can help you get there. So they should have experience or a connection there. Maybe my brother lives there, or I've eaten Chinese food before. So when you go to China, you can do this. Do you understand? Please, does it make sense? So introduce yourself and your industry. 2, tell us if you should relocate, where ideally would you want to go? And then your partners should help you find a visa in a way such that a connection that they can help you get there. Do you get it? Just a connection. It doesn't mean you don't need to have gone there. So I'm just curious, who found a genuine connection for business if they should relocate?
So I found a connection with both my partners.
How did she help?
One is going to outer space.
Oh, interesting.
So we're actually going to see Elon Musk, and we know that it's going to be facilitated easily because we have Abna before here. And we know that her partner can easily help us find Elon Musk. Yes.
So she knows Abna, and she can connect you to be connected to who knows Elon Musk.
It's sorted.
In this room now, please clap for yourself. Please, last person.
But on a serious note, she does properties and stuff.
Yes.
Doing kitchens and cabinetry. So
it fits in.
Actually,
You see, if he hadn't talked, please, I want my commission.
So I made a genuine connection with the first vice president because I want to do business in South Africa and he has connections there. And he would like to go do real estate in Mauritius. And I was like, I'm ready to tag along and be helpful there.
Fantastic. Please, my commission. It's on camera, so my commission. Please, can you pass it to her? You see how easy it is to make a connection. Your next business opportunity could be sitting right next to you, right? And sometimes to expand, it is not just geographical. You have to communicate with people. You have to get outside your own box, outside your own rooms. Because some of us, we started our businesses as hobbies. And getting it out or getting people who are not family and friends patronized was more scary for us. So when we say business beyond borders, we are not just talking about the four corners or so of Ghana. We are talking about the psychological, the technological, the physical as well, and sometimes the people as well. And to help me do this conversation today, I have with me three beautiful, amazing, if I should say the truth, they scare me a little bit, to help me do this. The first one, she is someone who crossed industries similar to what I did, so I can share in her story. And she did that so boldly. Not everybody who crosses is so successful. She's so successful, I would say, that she's even dressed the second lady, the former second lady of Ghana, Samira, yes. She has done so well. She left a corporate job, which was paying her so well, to start a business that some of us would say, but there's no money in this. And she's doing really well, mentoring other people to do the same. And one fun fact about her, if you see her wearing shades, please go and hide because she is not smiling at that time. Please help me welcome Abuna Buatema Dufour. Also to help me, another lady. If you see me stressed, please blame her because she nominated me to be president. And so I blame her. I blame her for all my stresses. Yes. But she's also someone who has inherited a business, who has created her own business, and she's also doing a 9-to-5. So she's in 3 different industries. A woman who can combine all this and still put on a smile. When I call her at 10, 11, she still picks up. My dear, she's one person I would want to hear from. So help me welcome Nana Ama Nyante. Last but not least, help me welcome one, I think she was the only doctor in our cohort. And when you talk about West Africa, she has it in the palm of her hand when it comes to pharmacy and manufacturing of drugs. She's so good. I rode with her one time. It was, I think, 45 minutes, and we only spoke for 5 minutes. Why? Because she was on call, she's doing meetings. I don't know how she does it. Please help me welcome Dr. Lucia Adai. Just an FYI, we've already had this conversation, so I don't know whether this is going to be a cherry on the top or... Because yesterday we tried to rehearse this and it was so much wealth of knowledge. I even copied notes and my book is almost finished. So please, on the last page, last but one, there's a section for notes. If there's anything I've learned here in CEIBS, you are never too big, too old, too successful to learn. And so we welcome you. And before I sit down, if you see us in these beautiful sashes, Kente, it is proudly sponsored by our very own. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies, and welcome back once again. I'm saying welcome back because we've already done this, and we'll try to recreate it and bring value. But before we go to each person's question, I wanted to ask, so we've all crossed certain borders, mental borders, people borders and all that. I want to know, what was your biggest border that you had to cross to grow your business or to even start your business? What was the biggest border that you have found?
Okay, thank you so much. I think the biggest border for me is mindset, and maybe I can include attitude. I mean, on this journey, especially in the West African space, when I got in some 10 years ago, I was in my mid-20s. And some of the rooms that you enter, they are very intimidating because I mean, the industry is like male-dominated. So to come in as a very young female and be black, because sometimes you have white people in the room, and be that young, the first question is she even competent enough to be in this room? So I think the first border for me is, mindset. Having that mindset to learn and grow, having that mindset to be better, having that mindset to own the space, having that mindset to make an impact. I think for me, that is the biggest barrier. And I think the border can be a barrier or it can also be a bridge for you, depending on how you manage it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. So for me, the same thing.
Please, you can talk louder than this. I don't know why she's doing that.
I also feel that the mind was also one of my biggest borders that I had to cross in my business, because I started my business thinking of it as a side business. I had my 9 to 5. I was very comfortable, and if no stress, I was doing okay. I didn't think of my business as big, and I limited myself. But along the line, I realized that growth only happened when I stopped viewing my business so narrowly. When I decided that this is something good, that I can expand and do good on it. And when that happened, everything else changed. So the rooms I entered changed. Even coming to CEIBS is one of me having a new mindset. And also, even the opportunities that I'll go for, before the gigs I'll go for, very small, but now there's nothing that I can't reach for. And aside that, even how I plan and strategize for my business totally changed. So for me, expansion began when I thought of it, the mind first, before I even saw it in my business. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. They've said it all.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
So for me, it was the unpredictable path.
Yeah.
The fear of the unknown. Not knowing what was ahead. Not knowing if it will work. Not knowing what will come out of what you're doing. If you put yourself out there, what is going to happen? Is it going to be positive? Is it going to be negative? But we always have that little voice in our head telling us that, oh, don't do it, don't do it. And there's another voice that's saying, go ahead, do it. So for me, it was just coming out of your comfort zone, because I just came to the realization that growth and comfort, they can't coexist in the same space. One will definitely supersede the other. So if you choose the path of comfort, you know what's going to happen. If you choose the path of growth, that is your known. But you have to have that boldness, that, faith over fear, that this is going to work. And by all costs, it should work. So for me, that was my biggest hurdle. Having been able to surround myself with people who were, edging me on. You can do it, you can do it. So for me, that was how I was able to, go beyond my border. And not seeing my border as just, the immigration borders, the physical borders. Yes. But as we were talking about last night, like the psychological borders, the financial borders.
Yes.
The, being very diligent, being very disciplined in your work, structure. So those were some of the borders that you had to, and being able to take criticism in a positive way. Those are some of the borders that I was able to, overcome to expand my business.
Fantastic. So I'll start with, so Nanama, you are one person who has inherited a business. You come from a legacy of, is it food? Yes. And so when you started your food in the food business, I'm sure maybe some of the people you inherited from your mother will tell you, oh no, this is how we do it. Because they saw you when you were little, and now you are the boss, and you are telling them what to do. So what are some of the rules that you had to unlearn or relearn, and also tell them that, no, this is how we're going to do it now?
Thank you. So, like you said...
Oh, Nanama, you can talk bigger than this. I don't know why.
Like you said, I come from a catering background.
Yes.
My mom has been a caterer since the 1960s. And so when I started being involved in the business, obviously coming from a banking background, I'd like to put in structures, systems, performance reviews.
Yeah.
And definitely there was a pushback.
Performance reviews.
Because me, I have targets, so you also have to have a target. So there was a pushback because the mindset was that, hey, madam, you're in the sao, how are you the kitchen did? That's not how it's done.
Yeah.
And that was the pushback. But then I had to gradually introduce these ideas because I had seen it work in other people's businesses, and I believe that it would work in my business also. So over time, as I was gradually introducing these ideas and showing them the results, they were happy and they could see that clients are happy, the feedback is good. So now it's easier when I try new ideas because they can see the results. So that's one of the things I had to try and respectfully challenge tradition.
Underlined.
Yeah, because my mom too has a way of doing things, so respectfully challenge tradition and try and inculcate new ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. So that will lead me to Lucia. So pushing back respectfully, underlined, right? Sometimes we say that the people are the soul of our company, right? So how do you manage people, especially in this world where technology is taking over? And it seems easier to let technology or AI take over the business, and then I don't have to deal with people anymore. But then I need people as well. So how do I balance the two?
Okay, so I wear many hats. So one of the hats I wear is that I also manage a pharmaceutical chain, retail. And when I started, it was just one retail. It was easier managing the people because you go there, you are seated there, you can talk to them and tell them that this shouldn't be done, this is how it should be done, and explain to them the rationale, because of course you are growing in knowledge and all of that. But once you move from 1 to 2 retails, you can't be in the 2 places at the same time. So I had to learn the hard way that there are people that when you are growing, they don't have the growth mindset, so they would leave you. And it's a painful thing. Some of them you would have fallen in love with them because you worked with them for a long time, but they need to go. Because it's like flying a rocket. When it's going up, there are things that is beautiful on the rocket, but it has to die, it has to go down. That's just how it is, you know, so you have to detach. And then you also have to bring in systems and structures. You have to learn, you have to know what good looks like and then bring it into your business. You must bring in SOPs, you must train them. You must learn how to attract talent and then retain talent. You must, even though you are growing and busy and doing everything, you must also bring in the human touch. So learn how to call your workers and find out their birthdays and still give them presents and, you know, still be in touch with the team, you know, the various teams, whether it's marketing team, operations team, or it's the whichever team it is, you have to be in touch with them. And as you are growing and learning and teaching them, there are people that would fall in line. There are people that they will understand the vision and then, you know, run with it. They are like your soldiers. And there are people that they would leave and it's also okay. And you bring in IT. So in our business, sometimes we run a dual system where even though we have the computerized system that we use for selling and everything at point of sale, we also have manual, because over the years we realized that some of the workers can manipulate, you know, the computer systems, especially when you have the light off and you're now getting in the backup and all of that, they can manipulate. But once you have systems, so they know that there is a manual, they know that accounts is coming in, audit is coming in to come and check. They know that there are things that will be done to them. For instance, they'll be punished if they steal. They either lose their salary or they can get fired. And it's written, you signed to it and all of that. It brings some kind of decorum to the business. And it will be tough initially. You get the pushback, you know. Some of them will leave and all of that, but it's okay because once you're able to maintain that and they know that here, this is how it is done. Here we don't come to work late. Here we don't steal. Here we don't do that. When new people come on board, they incorporate that into them. And the people, when they come in who don't fit, also leave quickly. So
interesting. When you were talking, Abna gave me eye. I think she has something to say. With regards to what she was saying, the way she eyed me. So let me let her talk.
I was just agreeing with the fact that she was saying it's not everybody who will go on that journey with you. So you're in a car. There's some people, your ultimate goal is to get to probably Kumasi. But there are some people who get off at Nkoko, and it's fine. There's some people who get off at Nsawam, it's totally fine. There's somebody who go with you up to Ejuso, up to Kolongo, it is totally fine. Your goal is to get to Kumasi. So you should have that focus because you are the only one who understands your vision. Your workers are there to help you with that vision. So it gets to a point when you feel that, oh, I cannot help you any longer. Thank you very much. Let's move on. It hurts, but we have to put emotion aside and look at the greater good of that business. So that's why I eyed you.
Okay, so you see how scary you are. But you talked about the unknown, the fear of the unknown. So that means you have some scaries as well. So tell me, when you transition from corporate to starting your own business, what specifically scared you the most? How did you personally deal with it?
For me, it was, so I'm a creative person. So when you're making a fascinator, and I've been doing it for the past, let's say, 13, up to 15 years. I can't sketch to save my life. If I sketch, so when a client tells me that, oh, can you sketch the design for me? I tell them that, listen, madam, if I sketch, you know buy it. But you come here because you know I have something good to offer. So when I started, it was just that voice in me telling me that, oh, probably it's not good enough for the average, it's not good enough for the average person. But then I had a friend who has turned into a sister, who kept edging me on, Mommy, this is very good. And coming from a fellow creative, I realized that, oh, okay, if she says it's good, it means it's good.
Yeah.
And then I come from a very big family. My family we don't have any boundaries. And it's good. So they kept telling me, oh, Mommy, what you're doing something very good. You know,
oh, wow.
It's always positive. When I'm doing a design,
yeah,
my husband is in finance. He doesn't know the next thing about design. But I'll ask him, oh, does this look good? And to him, it looks good. So that's the
he wants peace.
Yeah, he wants peace, it's fine. My niece will tell me, oh, this looks good.
Wow.
I'll take a third eye. Does this look good? And trust you me, it goes to the client and they come back, wow, oh my God, this is amazing. So I just had to, trust myself that what I'm putting out there was good enough for the next person.
Yeah. Okay, so still with you. So I left engineering to go and do education. You are lucky to have super, super great support. For me, they were asking me, am I out of my mind? Yes. My father said I didn't give birth to you to become a teacher. So my story is a bit different. Even though things have changed now, because they see the work that I'm doing, they didn't understand it. So what would you tell someone here who has maybe similar to my experience? Or was there a time you looked back and you realized you were asking yourself, hey, did I make the right decision? You were doubting yourself in a way.
Oh, I've been doubting myself. I think I only grew confident in my craft in maybe the last 5 years. In the last 5 years, I have been doubting myself. Listen, Sumaya will tell you. As for my husband, the least and the better. Because I have been talking his ear off. But one time we were having a conversation and I was saying my path had always been to go to law school. Because as you are, I'm a talkative. Investigative journalism, me. But I always wanted to go to law school, but then I realized that didn't fit in my ultimate plan. So I put that on the back burner. Even though I went and wrote the exam and everything, I put that on the back burner. Then I started doing what I'm doing now. But one thing I had in the back of my mind was self-discipline. I'll be disciplined about what I'm doing. So one time we were having a conversation at home. And then I was saying, maybe if I'd gone to law school, it would have been better and all those sorts of things.
Interesting.
But no, the feedback I got is be confident in what you're doing, because what you're doing, you're making more than if you had gone to law school, financially. You're making an impact. Listen, women like to feel confident in their clothes. Like they like to feel confident when they wear something. So imagine if a woman stands in the mirror, she's had the outfit, she's had everything, and she puts on that headpiece. That is like the cherry on top for her. So you are giving her that, you are... Well, which one would it be, clock it or crack it for her? So you're giving her that.
Yeah.
It's not easy coming from, because it's a culture thing. Why would I spend millions on you, an investment, for you to become a doctor? But thankfully, my dad told me that I will not force you to go to medical school because you kill me first. I'll be your guinea pig. I mean, when you come home, when you learn something new, you start from the house.
Yeah.
So when I come home, he'll be the one, oh, he tells me, oh, I have a headache. Then I'll say, oh yeah, there's something called tramadol. Maybe that's too much for him. But he'll be the test case. And what happens? We'll have a funeral next year.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
We don't want that.
So it's sometimes I think it's a culture thing that we need to change that mindset.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you so much. A round of applause, please. So Nanoma, you run 3 industries. You are in the food, you're in the catering, you are in the banking, and then you are in gift box.
Yeah,
Gifts and hampers. So maybe tell me what strategy or wisdom you've taken from one industry into the other that has helped you, like cross knowledge or something, yeah.
So the key is to stay curious. I'm always learning from all the industries. As a banker, I always use that because I meet a lot of people, different businesses, different industries. So I get to learn what is working and what is not working. And I have a story to show on that. So one of the festives, like during the holidays, I received a hamper from a client. And when I received the hamper, like it wasn't really about the content, but the thoughtfulness, the presentation, the packaging, and I loved it. And so during the festive season of Flaming Foods, we normally give gift bags to our clients, loyal clients, goodies of cakes and pastries, just to give for that, say thank you for the year. And so when I received that hamper, I was like, I can create that same experience for our clients because it looked beautiful. I'm like, instead of just giving them gift bags, let me just give them like hampers.
Yeah.
And I did that. The following year, I did that, and they loved it. And so when they loved it, they came back to order for their friends, their loved ones.
Okay.
And they started asking for different prizes, different products.
Yes.
And out of nowhere,
Another
a
business.
new business had been formed.
Wow.
And that's how Cold Box came about.
Interesting.
And so it came about because I looked beyond food. I looked beyond my industry.
Yeah.
So just like that, an entirely new business has been formed. So I often say that innovation doesn't always come within our industry. You'd have to look elsewhere. There are people that are doing things so beautifully. You can just pick something from it. I'm always learning from the decor people, from my food stations.
Yeah.
You look at their pictures, everything looks so beautiful. So you just pick it. And you always learn, like,
Yeah.
we should just not look in our box. Just look outside and just pick things. And I
Yeah.
think that's what works for me.
Fantastic. So some of the borders I see people have is, I want to stay local champion. If I should move right now, I'll be a small fish in the big ocean. But you are doing all these 3. How are you able to manage all these? And these are successful. In fact, she is sponsoring our food outside tonight. Yes. So how are you doing it?
I think it's just my mindset. It's like I know I have to make it. So I just go. And I believe that I have structures in place. And I have good people, I have a good team. I don't stop saying this. I have a good team because I can be at work the whole day. I don't even think of my orders. But then I have things going on with the food. I have lunch that I'm catering for in different companies. And my team is just solid. So I think I just go with the flow and just... Because I've gone through my structures and the system, so I know it just works over time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
This shows that you are from CEIBS. The way you're talking about structures, and that's one thing I learned.
It works.
Yes.
It really does work. I come from a corporate culture, so I know that it really does work. So, yeah.
Anyway, so talking about having a good team, sometimes when we are putting in structures or we are putting in technology or something new in our business, sometimes our clients or even our team become an afterthought. And it's one of the mistakes that we do. Can you tell us how we can overcome that, or where have you seen such a thing being done?
Okay, so there are times that the team and structures and systems are formed because you've thought through it, you want to grow, and you decided that, okay, I want to do a new branch. I would need maybe a supervisor, branch manager, I would need a morning team, an evening team, I would need somebody to do procurement and all of that. But there are also times when the system structures or team or whatever you want to put in place is born out of a problem. So that, like when I started the business, because it was small, it was just me, I was doing marketing, procurement, operations, everything. And it was okay because I was young and energetic. But as your business is growing, as it's becoming bigger, you realize that you can't stay in the pharmacy from like 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. anymore because you have responsibilities. So now you probably would do a few hours. So you need somebody to cover the morning shift or maybe the evening shift. Then you also realize that sometimes you need people to give instructions, or you need people to make certain decisions, and so you need a branch manager, or you need somebody to do procurement, because I used to do procurement. I used to go around the places to go and get whatever it is that's needed. But when you can't do that anymore, then now you need somebody to do procurement. I used to do accounts. I realized that I can't do accounts anymore. I brought in an accountant. I can't do audits anymore. I used to do audits. But now I audit the auditors and all of that. I mean, when it's smaller, it's easier. But when the business is growing, at a point, you can't do much, so you need to put in the systems and structures. And then there's also the 360. So for every business or for every role that I have mentors that help me. So there are people that are doing retail chains that have 25, they've seen the problems. So if I have a problem, I'll just pick up a phone and call them, and they'll be like, this is how you go around it, this is what you should do. So you should have mentors, because some of them can open doors for you.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was setting up my I have a wholesale, so when I was setting up I'll say a warehouse facility, one of my mentors picked up a phone, called a few people, and then I'll say my first 100, 200, or 300,000 worth of goods, it was just through phone calls. And that's how some mentors work. They don't just sit down and give you grammar. Some of them open doors for you. You must find those people that open the doors for you. My landlord is here. The first vice president is my landlord. And I know that he didn't want me to say this, but I actually had my warehouse from him, and I know the value I paid for the warehouse is woefully inadequate, but he's one of the mentors that opened the door for me and ensured that I'll be where I am today.
Please, can you be my mentor too?
And sometimes I go to him to go and talk to him. So you realize that, I mean, as females, sometimes we'll think that, oh, I need to talk to another female. But sometimes the doors that have been opened to me, it's actually male that would open the door to me.
Sure.
And so even though we help the girl child to grow, I have a son, we must also push the boy child to also grow and become better. Because I always say that the convoy is nicer when it's multiple cars. You can't do a convoy when you're alone. Yeah. I mean, you have the G-Wagons in there, you have the Land Cruiser, that's what makes a convoy. And so as you are growing, you face challenges. And sometimes you have to talk to colleagues, also find out from your peers, how is it going? Because you can be out of touch. So you need to also find out from people what are the challenges. Because sometimes from those challenges, you can actually find opportunities.
Yeah.
And that's how I have gone. There are several businesses I have done in the past. I don't want to go into it. But there are several businesses I have done because there was a need. And some of them I made good money from. And then also take feedback from subordinates. So sometimes when I sit in the branch, I speak to the workers. What are the challenges? What are customers talking about? What should we do? And you'll be surprised that some of the feedback from them can change your business forever. There are communities we built in places that we worked that has made us very different just because I took one feedback and I worked on it. And today the business is whatever it is.
Fantastic.
So I think that there's so much you can do. Either you plan it, prepare for it, practice and get it right. Or sometimes in the midst of a problem, a pandemic, you don't waste the pandemic. You make the best out of it and make an impact from it.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, let's come back to Abnadu 4. Oh, small pit. Okay, so small question. So for me, when I changed industries, one thing that helped me was what we call support system. So she talked about it, having mentors. What helped you, right, apart from your family? What's one thing that you would advise someone to look out for to help them when they are transitioning into unfamiliar territories?
First off, faith over fear. And that is what I do personally. Sometimes you have to take a step back and pray to the God of your religion. I say that with caution. I don't want to be selfish and say that everybody's a Christian here. I am a Christian. So for me, I always step back. And let me use my Samira story as a... So my friend called me, oh, Abna, I want you to make a facilitator for someone. My first response was, I think I said I was closed or something. we should not use our mouth to close our opportunities. So I was like, she said, oh, let's go. So I went to the place with her. I had no idea where I was going. So if she was going to kidnap me, I've gone.
You and God.
I entered and this woman said that she's pretty in person. Like, it's not very funny.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Very lovely. She told me what she wanted. I came back, I did what she mentioned. And then she changed her mind. So she told me, oh, I want something that's geometric. I came back and honestly speaking, before God and man.
You had to Google it.
I didn't Google. I was having a conversation with myself in my head. And all I said was, you know what? This woman doesn't know me from Adam. What's the worst that can happen? If she doesn't wear the thing to the event, nothing's going to happen. So let me switch off my phone. So that when she calls me, she won't get me.
Hey, second lady, bodyguards.
That was my first thought. Then another voice came, which you said I have a strong support system. So I always refer to my family who say that. It's not another voice. The Holy Spirit speaking to you that you can do this. When somebody says geometric, what does it mean? It means we're talking about cubes and, you know, all those things that we learned in pre-technical skills. At least that's when I use my pre-technical skills. So I drew a box, deconstructed the box. And that is how I came up with the piece that I made for her for Independence Day, the second one. And that catapulted my business to a level beyond human imagination. And I will say that I did not just sit down and listen to that first voice. I recited faith over fear. If you have that, if you let fear lead you, you're not going to go anywhere.
No.
But if you have faith, faith gives you some sort of courage. It gives you some sort of inner peace.
Yeah.
You know, somebody will say that, oh, you are too, how should I say it? Maybe you're a snob or you're too much to handle. I'm not too much to handle. I just know what I want and where I'm going. So for me, that was my take on it.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. So at this point of our conversation, I want to invite another person. She's our main speaker. One thing I forgot to tell you about her is she did something. I don't know whether she held a banquet and a fashion show for Prince Charles and Camilla. And so she knows what she's talking about. She stood with brands outside Ghana, and she's still frontline. She's one of the fastest growing fashion houses that are going beyond. She's more known outside than here in Ghana. Please help me welcome our chairperson and main speaker for today, Sumaya Jethro. Hey, special chair. Hey. Hey. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Thank you. Thank you for not letting me pay $3,000 before talking to you. I want you to put it all together in your business. Tell us how psychologically, technologically, the mindset, everything, how you have crossed borders with your business. What challenges have you had to go through and jump through?
For me, I think I started crossing borders from onset, like from the day I was born. You know, I'm Sumaya Muhammad. I used to be Sumaya Muhammad, now I'm Jethro because of my husband. But I come from a home where, in fact, when I was born, I knew I wasn't wanted in the first place because my mom is a Christian and my dad is from a Muslim Islamic home. And my mom actually had me very early, so nobody was happy with that pregnancy. And my father's side too, they didn't even understand why my father went all the way to Fanti to have a child. So when I was born, I knew that I wasn't really, accepted. When you go to my father's side, this Christian girl, blah, blah, when I go to my mom's side as well, the Mafrebeya, like those kind of things. So I needed to be very smart. So I don't get shouted, I don't get scolded, I don't get, beaten. So I had to be smart, whether I like it or not. So in class, my friends will tell you that I never ever, keep quiet. I speak what I think. And I didn't know that you even speaking out or speaking your mind is not something that is supposed to be done. I just grew up recently and realized that, Sumaya, you're not supposed to say something like that. So I had so many borders to cross. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I actually sit behind. I don't really like to talk. Because when I speak as it goes on in my head. So I realized I had so many borders to cross. But I thank God that I got to know who I am very early. I knew that I had something that was very good among my class. Like when it comes to sketching, when it comes to style. By the age of, I think, 12, I knew I wanted to be a fashion designer. I really knew it. So I remember one time in class, our teacher asked us, I think one of my best teachers in the world, that's Mr. Larry in class 6, asked us, what do you want to be in future? Everybody was mentioning lawyer, doctor, you know. I was the only one who mentioned fashion designer. Everybody tended to look at me, what do you want to sew? So I realized that every single part of my life was, like a border to cross. And after secondary school, I think in secondary school, I wanted to be a businesswoman because I used to watch this series on TV, Igoli, people used to dress nicely, they wear suits, I asked my auntie, what do you want, what course do you have to do? And she said, you have to do business. I sat in this business class. Hey, the first day, the way the teacher came in, asking questions, and the girls were answering the questions in class. I was inside. I was like, hey, this class, it's not her. It will be another border to cross, Mary. So I had to, because I had to be there. Growing up, I'm always supposed to be at the top. But this class, I realized that I'll be the least. So I went straight to the administration and told them that I want to do visual arts. And I was asked to go and look for someone I had the same grade with. I went to the class, and most of the girls there didn't even want to be in the class in the first place, because they thought they were condemned. And everybody knows that when you're in visual arts, you're in home accounts, you're one of the worst students ever. But I think that's when I had the revelation that, in fact, if I sit in this class, whatever I do, I used to say it. Usually I used to say it a lot. Whatever I do, whatever I live in this class for, it should stand out in such a way that I'll be an influence to everybody to even pick visual arts. So I had so many things to cross. Even after school, I was that kind of girl where I knew I wanted to be a fashion designer, so I didn't even take my electives very serious. My course was very like something that I wasn't even paying attention. But when it comes to my electives, it's something that I paid attention to. So I did so well in my elective, but my course was so bad. I failed in my maths. I went to write again, and I failed again. I had F. And I went to write again, and I had a D, and I thought I did so well to support the rest. I went to I applied for Tech, and they didn't accept me. So I felt so badly. Like, I felt so bad that, in fact, I'm left behind. Most of my friends were in school. And when people hear that, anyway, I didn't mention, I used to have so many names. I had so many things to My name is Rahel, And my father says, hey, what did my mother name me after? Like, Rahel, I'm supposed to be Sumaya, blah, blah, blah. So some part of my life, people know me as Rahel. Some part of my life is Sumaya. So sometimes you meet someone, what happened to you? Are you now a Muslim? Are you now a Christian? Like, so many things go on in my life, actually. I put it aside, and I move on. So I felt so bad that I think I went to look for one of the lecturers that someone referred him to me to talk to, and they said, they can't give me a course. I just wanted to be an artist. I told them, I want to be an artist. I just want to paint. And I knew I was so good with a brush. But they said no. And it was, in fact, at that time, I felt like a failure. And I think one of the best things that has really helped me in life is because I failed very early in life. And I know how it felt to fail at that age. I think I was like 17 or 18 years. So it's actually equipped me in such a way that when I got to Joyce Abebio to do my first fashion course, I knew that was it. I knew that was the tool that God has placed in my hands to make a change in my life.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So when I sat in that class, I knew that I've actually crossed so many borders. And God being so good, He actually gave me a friend.
Okay.
And now he's my husband that we met there. We shared the same concepts and ideas. And in fact, I knew you'd be asking more questions, so I'll end here now.
Yes, I know you've not said everything. So we want to know, the ladies talked about systems and structure. You have taken your business beyond borders. What are some of the systems and structures we need to know to be able to take it to the next step?
We started our business without a business plan. We just entered. And then we started cutting. We started sewing. And people realized that, in fact, we had a mindset, as they all said earlier on. It's a mindset. You should have a mindset. And that mindset is make a difference. Because in school, Joyce Abebio told us that however you start, that's how people are going to see you. No matter how you start. If you start here, people around this side will come. If you start at this time. If you want to be here, have that mindset of people who are around this side. Even though at the bottom. So if you want to be at the top, if you want to be a politician, what did they do? Even though you've not gotten the platform to stand on, you should start behaving, having that kind of change of mind, having that kind of, how do you call it? Like that kind of, help me with the English.
Aura.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Not humbly.
Humbly.
Anyways, humbly. And then start manifesting it. So I believe that I had a seed that's to be a creative.
Yeah.
And I specialize in it.
Fantastic.
I paid attention to it. So whatever you want to do, specialize. Make sure they're ahead of everybody. Innovation. Try as much as you can to be ahead. Even though you may not be ahead to yourself, you should be ahead of yourself.
You should be proud, yes.
You should be proud of yourself. Like, whatever you are doing, make sure that you are specializing it. If I hear of any course, I join. When I pick my phone, right now there's so many informations in our hands. At first, when we wanted to find information, you had to trek. I remember I had to walk all the way from Ajinga North to ANC Mall just to have access to internet. Right now I have internet. If I open my phone, it should be something that I'm very interested in, something that will make a change in my life. So when I open my phone, if you open my phone, everything is about what I do, what I love to do. So when I sit right now, if you ask me anything about my field, I can easily answer you. I can just speak out, because that's what I feed myself with. So whatever you want to do, find it. And when you find it, people should know you for it. You shouldn't be known for so many things. Even though they said you should have so many things doing so that you can, please let people know you for one thing. And when you get to know that one thing, specialize. Master that craft. In any ways, in any form. Whether physically, spiritually, like whatever it is, make sure that you know. I keep asking people, you want to be a fashion designer? With all the continents in this world, who is the best in every continent? And they don't even know. You have to find who started it. Whether we like it or not, somebody started whatever you are doing now. How did they get here? How did they figure it out? Just learn. And as time goes on, I don't know how God does it, but He gives you people who are in the same, thoughts, in the same mindset to find you, to create something wonderful with it.
It's true. So, Maya, about 80% of your business is outside, right? You can't get there without making mistakes. Right now, people see you all up there. Tell us. There are two ways to learn. Either I do the mistake myself, or I learn from your mistake and I don't do it. So tell us one mistake you did, so that's me that I want to go out. I don't make it. One mistake that really cost you, you won't do again.
Wherever you want to go to, I think you should understand the people's culture. However they live. Because in Ghana, you have a certain way of living. And outside, they have a certain way of also doing their things. Because I remember Captain and I, we just started the business, so we can collect things, we can't even finish it. And anytime working, like, if you're to see somebody is coming. Sometimes you see a client coming, you have to find somewhere and hide. Because you're not even ready for it, because we didn't have a system. And we thought our business was just so for me, because that's what you came to meet. Even though Kofi and Sami, so rest in peace, just some people, they did it to a point. But we didn't get the chance to learn from other people, so we just started anyways. And it was killing us, it was costing us so much. We realized that it's supposed to be a system. And trust me, you learn on the job. Clients have taught us a lesson. In fact, we've lost so much money, so much time, but it's been good. Clients will teach you. You think you've arrived, you're lying. Somebody will tell you that, please sit down and learn. So, we have to put structures in place. At first, you have to meet me or meet Kabute. We're doing so many things ourselves. But I think after 3-4 years, you realize that the business is becoming bigger than the two of us. And it's even becoming bigger than people just around us. It's becoming more global. So we have to try as much as we can to reduce, the human interaction and find a system. So I think we're the first people to ask people to book an appointment before they even come and see us. And people go like, at the time to see a booking appointment, right? And then where are they? See, it was so difficult. It was so difficult for people to even understand why they should book that appointment. But slowly they tend to understand. And the people outside, so we had a system. When you go on our website, at first we didn't have a website, so we had a website. And we also built a system where before you come to Pistis, you have to go through the system. The system asks you, when do you need your dress? What type of dress? What is your budget? How much it is? So you have something that you clock all these things in, and even pick the time and the date that you feel you're comfortable to speak to the designer.
Yeah.
So before the designer, you meet the designer, somebody has actually gone through and screened you. And we even have a contract. You have to have a contract. Because
Wow.
the people outside, their mindset is different. When you say A, it's A. When you say 5 p.m., make sure it's 5 p.m. And these are the people that have actually helped the business very well. They understand the craftsmanship. They understand the time that goes in. So when you ask for the money, they'll give you. So we're forced. Oh, you know, Ghanaians, we have to learn a certain way because it's a culture. I mean, our sector is something that you don't have to have the intellect for. You don't have to go to school for it. The people that we're working with are people that didn't even go to secondary school. So when to go in school, I mean, Chronicles had the palm or go and learn how to trade. So trade was actually meant for people who didn't even have a proper education.
Yeah.
So trying to fit yourself in was quite difficult for Ghanaians to understand, even Africa to understand. But Americans, the Europeans wanted a system. So when they realized that they passed through a similar system and they're able to get what they are looking for, the communication is good.
Yeah.
That's one thing we also forget. They like to be spoken to. If you think you can't meet it, let them know. If you can, they will just understand. You just let them, before you even think about it, or they even think about it, you have to even be ahead. So these are the little things that we've put together. It's still a struggle. We've not figured it out, yes, but it's been good.
Wow.
And right now, when you ask anyone, how is pistis? I want to make my outfit with pistis. They go like, oh, don't worry, they are very professional.
Wow.
And I think it's something that we deliberately worked on.
Wow.
And it's still working.
Please give it a. This is a lady who says she's not figured it out. When she figures it out, we wonder. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies. I think I'll throw it to the audience. I don't know if anybody has a question. Any questions for our speakers? Yes, please.
How do you navigate the success and the dream that you have with your family?
For me, I have 3 kids. The oldest is 10, the youngest is 6. So it's a very busy household. I realized that with the sort of family life that I want for my family, somebody's got to sacrifice. Because my husband is very busy. He's in finance, and you know finance people, every time, they're sitting with you, but their mind is on numbers. So you cannot have 2 parents being busy at the same time, then expecting something's got to suffer. And I didn't want that to suffer. We all know the ins and outs of the legal profession. If I had decided to go into that area, then it means that there would be nobody at home to look after the kids. And what is the essence of everything that we're always running all over the place, and because of what? It's because of our children. But I'm thankful and grateful I found a passion, and I'm able to work from home. But in as much as I'm able to work from home, I've put in place some structures. My kids leave the house by 7 a.m. If I'm not dropping them myself, I make sure that even on days that I'm dropping them myself, by 9 a.m., I'm sitting at my desk, responding to, I'm a one-stop shop, so responding to emails. So something's got to give. So for me, and that's my personal view, that is the sacrifice that I had to make. But in hindsight, really, did I really want to be a lawyer? No. I love what I do now. I wake up in the middle of the night, I have a book beside me. Oh, let me do this sketch. Only I understand the sketch. But at least let me put it down so that tomorrow I'll be able to come up with it. So for me, family life balance, you have to, something's got to give.
Okay, so I think for me, because I do several things, when I decided that I wanted to have the work-life balance, I decided to bring the same systems and structures that were similar to the household. So I have like maybe a nanny for the kids, covers leave-in, then I have another leave-out, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm able to do early morning. Like tomorrow, I have my first meeting starts at 7. So I don't necessarily have to bath the kids because there's somebody who can do it. If I'm available, I'll do it. Then I make time for the kids too if I have to. But there's somebody that does cleaning, somebody does laundry and things like that. Sometimes it's shared, you know. So I remember the first time I had to have all these people. My mother was like, no, but it's too like many people. Then I broke it down and explained to her that if I look at my earnings and I look at all these people, they're not going to like take 50%, but it'll give me peace of mind, you know. So it's important that I have that peace at home, knowing that I can sit here at 6, 7, 8 p.m. and everything is fine, rather than missing out on opportunities like this because I have to do it alone. I think that you need a community. You know, life is not meant to be done alone. So figure out your community, even if it's strangers, even if you have to pay for it, good money. Take care of them and let them take care of the people that love you. So my kids know that I'm busy. They know mommy has to do ABCD. But when I'm available. We do weekends together. We do play dates. We do several things. And over the years, it's really been good. So the same structure and systems, bring it to your household. Figure out what you need to get done. What can you do yourself? What can't you do? What are the last? If I don't have a cook or a chef, maybe I can order food from a caterer. I have those kind of systems in place, and I don't feel bad that I'm doing it.
Order from the Nama. Fantastic. Can we have one more question, one or two, and then we'll wrap it up? Yes. So one here. Any last one? Okay. So quickly, there's a gentleman as well, and then we'll just wrap it up. So yes, my lady.
Hi, my name is Kira.
Hi, Kira.
My question is for Sumaya. I wanted to ask, when you started having new systems in place for your clients, like telling them to, you know, go to your website and then enter the details and everything. How did you get the clients to accept that kind of system? Because, you know, in Ghana, we don't like to do things like that. Go to website, enter your details and all of those things. How did you get your clients to accept that kind of system and then work with it?
Oh, from the beginning, it was very difficult. In fact, we actually had people bashing us on social media. Yes, I think it was so bad that we had to even come out and apologize. And there was this lady from London. I remember, London people. We wait for London people, it's not easy.
Temis people.
Yes. Hey! You know, they know everything. So the thing is, we had to do a dress for this girl. And usually we do verbal communication. We don't note things down. There's no contract. There's nothing. And we finished the outfit. We told her we couldn't finish this outfit at this time. So it can be at this time. She agreed to it. So I didn't know whether she had a change of plan or something. And she came back that her outfit has to be shipped for her at the wrong time. But at the time that we didn't even plan for. But we did it. And she said we never told her that the money doesn't include shipment. Yes. So we should use our money because we never told her. If she has to pay for it, there should be a clause for that. And did we present something to her? So we learned the hard way. We had to ship the thing to her. And we even told her that she has to come for fittings because it's a wedding gown. And she said she couldn't, but she get someone to help her there. But when she got the outfit, the dress didn't fit as supposed to be. So we had to pay for her to bring the dress back. When we finished, she asked us to pay for it. Yes, sometimes you have to learn the very hard way, and sometimes one person can damage a lot of stuff. So you rather take the blame, you accept it, and then you correct it. Yeah. So that's what we did. We made sure she got everything that she wanted, and we shipped that thing to her. And that was a wake-up call for us. And I think this was like in 2018, if I'm right. And she wasn't the only person. So we had so many things like that. And we realized that where we are going to, we are crossing a certain border where people take words as it is. They don't take it for granted. We will always come back to apologize. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, then we just let go. Sorry doesn't apply to any people, the people outside, because they work so hard for their money, and they don't get their money for free. So as I'm sitting here, I can't afford my own outfit, because it's very expensive. This dress, yes, and I respect people that actually patronize us very well, because I can't buy my own outfit. I wear it once a week when I'm going to church. So sitting here, this dress I'm wearing like this, my second time in a year. So please. So when someone is fighting for their right, I respect them for it, but you become a lesson and we learn it. And that's how we started having these structures and stuff in place.
Thank you. So very quick, yes, very quick.
Thank you. My question is to all of them. What is the predominant language that you use in your business and in your interaction? What is the predominant language? Okay. I want to understand.
Yes, please. And then yours.
Thank you. I wanted to, my question is for Sumaya. You asked the question about how she expanded globally. Yeah. And so I wanted to know the structures, the strategy, the processes. And you said in the beginning you didn't have those structures in place. So how did you all of a sudden have that? Did you engage a business consultant? What was the process? I'm curious to know.
The predominant language and then how you came about the strategy.
Predominant language is, please. Okay, so if it's a yes, it's supposed to be yes. If it's a no, it's supposed to be no. We don't play around it. It's something.
English
The
or
English
Tree?
language.
What? Yes, that's why I asked that. What is
The dialect.
language?
Oh, the language. We
All of
speak.
you use.
Oh,
in
English,
your-
tree.
Yes.
However it comes. Not for money. It doesn't
Doesn't
matter
go with the
where
language.
you're from. If it's anyway, I even speak French sometimes.
Let me just a moment. Let me expatiate my question well. I asked because you're going global, and the predominant language because who do you appeal to? You're offering goods and services. There are people that, because we are there,
I could treat them in Kapan, because it's Kasem de country pan. Yes.
align with you
Yeah.
based upon the ability to understand the language. Now, if you take it to the intra level, how would you brand your products? If you go to a francophone country, would they see your products on the shelf? That is just the outside part of it. So when you are here locally, what will let people come to you? Whatever language it is, I can be appreciated. So that's what I meant by what language you normally.
So when you go on our website, actually, maybe there are few people word of mouth. So people actually call and then they come in and then we speak with them. Sometimes they come with people that they think they can translate for them. And when you go to our website, you can pick the language that you think is supposed to be. Because we've spoken to people with French, even I think Spanish as well.
Hey.
So they have someone that translate for them. So something that can take 30 minutes, something that can take 2 hours, because before it goes here and comes again, it becomes a problem. So, and Google has done in such a way that when they send a text message, you can translate it. It can translate for you, even though sometimes it's direct translation. But we tend to understand ourselves very well. So after the language is open, speak Tree, Ewe, Captain can speak Ewe. We even have some workers that there's this girl who could speak French. So sometimes you call her and then she translates it for us. So it's so open. And then trying to find stores is very expensive. That's one thing people don't really know. When you want to stock in somebody's store, they always demand for a 30% or 40%. So you take advantage of the social media, you take advantage of the status and all those stuff, which is cheap. And I think one thing that has really helped our brand very well is social media, Instagram. And right now, I think TikTok. And our time, before we even started, you need someone to hold your hands before you get to a certain point. You need to have a certain network before you get the chance to be seen. But when social media came, whatever you are, it shows how good you are. Nobody needs to tell you. When you see it, you know that this is the person I want to go with. So in some way, somehow, it becomes very easier, and it's really helping.
Thank you.
And then with the lady there.
The strategy.
So we really learned on our job, as I said earlier on, because we didn't really have anyone to learn from. So we learned on our job the hard way. People will take your money away. We have people that they don't even want to pay. They know they can't pay. They are not going to pay. We've had an incident where the person knew that she wasn't going to pay, but she showed up. She made her 30% payment as we demanded. And she knew her wedding was next 2 weeks or next 3 weeks. She waited and waited on the day of the wedding. That's when she said she didn't have the money. And they will tell you that, after the wedding, I'll come back. And they will not come back. Quite a number of it. So we learned on the job. And dealing with workers, it's not a joke. As I said, whatever you do, you should be very, very, very good at it. That when everybody goes, I never knew that we were even the strength of our company. So if you're not the strength of your company, I'm sorry. Because working with Ghanaians, forget about it. You have to be there. As we are sitting here, we go to work with our workers and close with them. And we become like a family. Even if I think it's a family, because someone's leg may be out tomorrow, someone to me. But let them feel like they're part of the business. That's one of the challenges that we have to. So the system is not only for the clients. After the clients are just the topping. The fundamental, the foundation is the people you are working with. It's not easy. Some people come in to come and take, but people want to learn from me. They call themselves interns. They come in there, they have their own agenda. You turn your back, you come back, and half of your workers have been swept away. You have to start all over. Every day we start all over, every single time. So you have to have, as I came to CEIBS, I mentioned CEIBS.
He's recorded. Please, it's $3,000.
Have you heard it? It's not joking. So, like CEIBS, for instance, we have to learn how to put structures in place. There's something called SOP, Standard of Operation. So you have to know. So when you come to Pistis, most of the people there, they know what they are doing. We travel for a week or two, you come, everybody knows what they're about. Because nobody finishes something or nobody starts it. Someone holds a bit there and here, and we all come together, put something out. I have my part I play. Captain has his part that he plays. Everybody has their part that they play. So you should see your brand as a human or as a child. I always say that our firstborn is actually Pistis. We're Captain now. When we started, we were very young, and we had our first child. That was Pistis. We had to nurture it, and now it has become bigger than the two of us that we work for. So just see beyond and make sure that people around you are also good. Our workers have been with us. Some of them have been with. We've been working for like 18, and our oldest worker is like 15 years. And on average, we have like 3 years who are still with us. And most of them are people that started from scratch. Business has always been there. Most of them, business is their first job. And they've been with us up to now. So the structure doesn't really only apply to the people outside. The people inside as well.
On that note, please may you round up everything that we have said. What would be your last words for us?
I think you should just focus. Focus on whatever you are doing. Start it anyways. Because when Captain and I, we started Pistis, people thought it was a joke. We look for a problem. So we found a problem where, understand the culture, as I said earlier on. Ghanaians like to dance. Ghanaians like to party. Whether we like it or not, we are happy people. And there are so many gaps inside that you can pick one and just start anyways. Do it in your own way. People used to say, who are these people? What are they doing? What is this? But right now, we become a blueprint for almost everybody to follow. So do it anyways. Just focus. And understand what you're doing. In fact, if you focus, make sure you focus in such a way that there are so many noise around. So please pay attention to it. Focus and do it anyways. You have no idea who just pick. And you just need one person to understand what you're doing and can move it to the next stage.
Fantastic. Please a round of applause for my speakers. Thank you, Dr. Lucia. Thank you, Nanaoma. Thank you, Abna Dufour. Thank you. And I hope that our conversation has inspired you to collaborate, to build bolder, to go beyond your own limits. Thank you so much.
Dr. David, please a round of applause for our alumni president.
WELA 2024. We are too much. I feel they are bremo. They were telling me, hey, you guys are too no. Let me also be very honest with you. Usually when I go for programs like this, because usually we are part, I struggle to pay attention. Because usually I'll be looking at people's reaction, whether what we are doing that's what I do most of the time. So I struggle. But let me say this. I don't know how you guys selected your speakers, okay? But everybody came with something very, very unique. When this whole concept came about, because me and Manu too, no, let's do cohort whatever, they pushed on my cohort group. So we came, luckily for us, it rained heavily. It rained heavily, so we blamed everything on the rain. And then everybody was afraid. And then those cohort, please, let's give them a round of applause. You have them. They were bold enough, they said, we'll take it up. And they did a beautiful show. They came with, in fact, they made us look so stupid, honestly. And they came with things. And then, so once we went to a court, we were taking notes. Where's Rebecca? Sorry, we were taking notes. Unfortunately, I wasn't here during their program, but I hear it was also very well. And then 2024, Charlie, why a show kakra? But I want to tell you something, and I'm saying this on authority. 2025, they are my babies. What they are going to do next, true or false? You watch. I say what they are going to do, So this is, I don't even have to, let me just say it. So this is what I saw. I saw Eugenia. So me and my son, 40, we used to fight. I didn't understand. I don't understand the boy. I don't understand. It's like he was more like me when I was young. All the near me and my father was so upset, and I didn't understand my father was behaving weirdly. And the boy is doing the same thing. So somebody somewhere introduced me to this lady. I contracted me who be there. Documents to fill, process. I'm like, hey, what is going on? Even the payment credit you buy. And she met my son, and somehow they got on. My son really. So at that point, I'm like, okay, there's something. So, and you see, a lot of people have tried to engage my son. It didn't work. But when she said engineer turned teacher, it made sense to me because she was able to understand the situation, the issues. It broke it down to my son's level. Still like we still have a few more, but he went to school, so we'll continue. This lady reminds me of, I was also in the creative industry. Go-getters, aggressive, Charlie. My way or the highway, I know has to be done, and she speaks with authority. I saw myself so much in you when you were talking. She's cool, cool, calm, collected. She knows what, she won't talk plenty, but she knows what she's talking about. And this lady, very deep, very eloquent, and she has we call it in doctoral, we call it sequential arrangement of thoughts. Are you getting it? It follows and it gets to you. Please, let's give all of them a round of applause. And then finally, this lady, look, this lady, if you give her 4 hours, she can talk about it. Tell her, it was so natural. I'm telling you. She was the only person in Some who got me. And like, she doesn't need to rehearse it. It comes naturally. So now I understand why people pay so much. But I'm telling you, every time we get there, my wife always shows, that's her office. That's her office. You know, is it, what's the name? Ifwa Isando. Yeah. So she introduced my wife. You do her big trim. Still, right now, when I'm getting out, speed, because I can't pay. Now, this brings me to something that we are trying to do. You see, we sat here, spoken beautifully. And there's one lady, Chriselle. Do you know Chriselle? You don't know Chriselle? Oh, when you turn the junction, that's the man. You are closing that road. Hey. So we have to. So what you say that if you don't know her, she's closing down the place. One of these days, Crystal will be on the newsletter. Crystal, you have a beautiful story, I know. I knew her years back, even before. So what am I saying? Look at the beautiful speakers we've had over here. We talk, we share, and that is it. How do we let the world get to know this? That's why we brought this beautiful concept of a podcast. We want to have podcasts. Tell us your story. Let the world know. And you see, when you have a beautiful thing, you don't hide it. You must let the world. That is the only thing that will make CEIBS stand out. Years back, you see Prof. Adija, his club, anytime you told CEIBS, years back, CEIBS was the most sought after school in this country. Alumni made it so with this news. Oh, and I forgot. Last December's newsletter, I thought it was the most beautiful newsletter ever. But when I saw this, please, let's give WELA 2025. The only problem is that the money you paid is too small. We are going to increase. We are going to increase it. But I think it's very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. But you wait for 2025. They can't smile, they can't laugh. So the podcast, please. I know Erajua very well. People don't know her. I know her story, I get her product. Look, all of you, and do you know this lady? Jesus Christ. You should get to know her. Her. So I tell them, hey, Charlie, one of her, Stambik, she's on the board. I mean, I'm telling you, she's an authority. What am I saying? All of us seated over here, let's share our stories. Let people get to know our brands. Start booking. I mean, we have people who are brainy, sharp, beautiful, and they cook wache, nice wache. Look, do you know we bought a watch? Me and wife, we fought over it. Really? Yes, the one with two. It became fight. That mean Kai with this one, I found it. So please, let's do this podcasting. Everybody. So imagine that our plan is that every week we are sharing one person's story. So imagine the impact. And I know there are a lot of people here that I don't even know your profiles. And I can imagine the kind of people you are. So please. And how can I leave you out? You and why? So years back when we started CEIBS, she used to be an intern here. That's Gwen's younger sister. And then when we're doing the dinner, they guys say, who? EMB, like the president's ball. We used to do alumni say video. She was the one who did all the near who be there. So, so apparently she did a video. I asked her today, please. Please, let's give a round of applause. So let's say we have stuff here. Let's get so the podcast. They don't. When are we starting the podcast? They don't. When are we starting the podcast? Please, let's share our stories. Trust me. We do it beautifully and then we live it. All the rice you eat in this country, this man. But nobody knows. All the warehouses, this man. Tell you a new product. Are you getting it? Is it that some of us, nobody knows us, it's a new beer. So bottom line, and one more thing. I have a few Airbnbs, and then our facility manager say, Kasaya, nice person. Then I got to know CEIBS. Then I pushed another job. And I'm trying to push her. Let's share business amongst us. That is why we are coming up with the Alumni Business Directory. I need to know who is into this, who is into that. We need to know and do business. In China, that's what they do. And then we trade with outsiders, and we compete with ourselves without even knowing that we have the say. So please, whatever we are doing is just one step. We need everybody to help. The door is leading, you are leading the Alumni Business Diary. So we just want to know, we start this advertising week thing. Some people will do it, some will not do it. And I did business with somebody. I just opened door for some big money. There was a competitor. No, the competitor was a CEIBS. I didn't know. But if I had known, I probably would have put a job here. Let's get to know each other. You see? I don't know how. So the podcast is very important. And then the business alumni directory. Okay. So we have a way of appreciating everybody. So we want to thank 2024 for hosting, and then the speakers. We just have a token appreciation. So let's call. So it says plaque of honor awarded to this person. This in recognition of your invaluable role as the main speaker and chair, blah, blah. So of course, you know what? Pistis, please, yes. So this is the alumni saying thank you very much for the time and all that. And you guys are popular. I put you on my status and everybody seems to know all of you. And then Abna, before, please come. Let's give a round of applause. And then the last person, the president, the moderator, Madam Eugenia. Okay, thank you very much. So finally, 2024, everybody from 2024, please be on your feet. WELA 2024, please be on your feet. And I think this is the first program I've seen people come with their spouses and all that. Please, 2025, come with their spouses, and you can even bring the side men and the side, but we don't care. Please, let's give WELA 2024 a round of applause. They have raised the bar. They've been very wonderful hosts, and we are very grateful. And we believe that this is what we need to move the alumni to a level. So thank you so much and all the best. Okay.
So we just wanted to say thank you to our speakers. So a couple of people, you put the prestiges, put some things together. It took courage. So this was one of the borders we had to cross, coming to speak here and asking them to do this, and they said yes. So we really appreciate it. You've heard the feedback. So thank you. So can I have, so we have from Elated, we have from Nudafe, we have from Prestige Kente for you. Thank you so much. So from the class to you. Thank you so much. And this? But there's one particular gentleman that every time I call, he picks up, he gave me advice how we should pick our chair, our speakers, and it's our very own Mr. President, Dr. David. Thank you so much. You allowed me to worry you, so I'm grateful. We are also grateful to Prof. Sir Gordon for allowing us to do this. Our landlord, we say thank you. God bless you so much. So I want to take a picture. And then one other lady that I was worrying a lot, Whitney, I couldn't have done this without you. In fact, she called to pray with me. She said, I pray that you have peace. And I thought I was the most patient person that can be until we had our first call. And then those who came late told me to tell them everything we had said an hour ago. Just repeat everything. So thank you for that prayer. If not, they wouldn't have been sitting here.
25 will pray.
Thank you so much. God bless you. And thank you, everybody, for the support. God bless.
Madam Chair, you give us your final notes. Yes.
Thank God that I've been able to sit here today and then speak. It's something that I'm not really good at. But thank you so much for listening, and thanks so much for even being here in the first place. Because usually we don't even show up. And I really want to thank Eugenia. Eugenia is like she has an elastic scale. Because our page, you can put something, nobody will even mind you. And this girl keeps coming back. You keep coming back, keep coming back. At the end, we all have to surrender to you and then find ourselves here. I'm praying that I can be like you one day, because me, I don't have patience. Yeah, but you have it. And I thank God that we'll be able to have a wonderful talk today. And thank you so much. We pray that we can do more than this. And we'll be looking forward to the podcast anyway. And we like so. In fact, I've gotten so much advice from our president today. And I'm very grateful. Thank you.
WELA 2024.